Everybody is waiting on God to do what God had already given you the mind, the ability to do. You waiting on God to do it. I'm waiting on the Lord. You always say, I'm waiting on God. What, just like God needs to strategize what he's going to do next in your life. When you playing checkers with God, God does not have to sit there and strategize anything. When you move, God already knows the next move. Matter of fact, the game is already over before it got started with God. Want me to tell you why I said that? And I can qualify this. Because he declares the end of the thing at the very beginning. Hello, somebody. So try to play checker with God and say, God, I'm waiting on you to move. No, it's your move already to move. Just when you playing checkers with God, here you are. You know when you're sitting down playing there for 10 minutes trying to figure out where you're going to move and try to avoid a double jump or try to get your man to the king, and so that way you can rule the board and all that stuff. You know how them deacons be playing checkers, and that's all they got to do, play checkers and keep the books with a pencil and eraser. But anyway, what they do, see, when they sit down, they sit there all day long playing one game of checkers. Because you're trying to figure out how you're going to beat this guy and make sure that the move you make is a good move and you won't jeopardize a lot of your checkers being taken off. But see, when you're playing checkers with God, you move, God said, okay, it's your move. Then you the one have to sit there and trail. You the one sitting there trying to figure out, well, God, what's your next move? How God's going to move. Wherein you don't need to figure out how God is going to move. You just need to be moving with him. Amen. And everybody always talking, I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. What you waiting for? Why are you waiting? It's time for us to move to that confidence level, even as Elder Jacob had so profoundly shared with us, and all the speakers spoke well on New Year's Eve. Elder Jacob was talking about we need to have confidence in ourselves. Yes, and we was talking yesterday, and I was asking Elder Jacob and Elder Knight when we was having breakfast. All the leaders, we had breakfast on yesterday, and I was asking them, I said, you know, when you were talking about that message, I thought about people who were jumping out of planes. Elder Knight told me, he said, you know, Pastor, I was in infantry, and they gave us all, everybody who wants to jump out of a plane and be a paratrooper, he said, step forward or step over here. Elder Knight said he didn't go over there in that line where they're going to be jumping out them perfect good airplanes. And I said, well, why not? He said, it wasn't in me. I didn't have that confidence. And so here's the thing. Everybody don't have the confidence to jump out of the plane. And see, now I know what some of you deep, holy, religious, and spiritual people are going to say. All you got to do is trust God. It had nothing to do with trusting God. It's got something to do with your confidence level. Listen, I've been asked a couple of times about going airborne. I said, And I said, no. I thought about it one time, and then I said, yeah, because everybody else was hyping this thing up. And then got to the point, I said, yeah, I should go ahead and put in a 4187 and go airborne. And then when I thought twice with my real mind, with my natural real mind, I said, fool, you better not do that. We ain't jumping out no perfectly good airplane. And trust me, I applaud every paratrooper, every airborne, every jump master, everybody who did the 5-jump trump, who was a 5-jump trump. That's how they said, 5-jump trump. You only did 5 jumps, and that was it. I applaud every last one of you. And y'all remember Elders Bryant that was here? She was airborne, and her husband was a jump master. And she messed up her back jumping out of a plane because her chute did not come open. I don't know if y'all ever heard her testimony, but she shared with us and told us what happened. Now, she had that confidence to jump out, but here's the thing, that chute still failed her. So when it's like this. I got to have confidence in myself to at least go through the training and and be ready to jump out of the plane. When I get to that door, when the jump master say 1001, 2, 3, 4, say jump, whatever, I got to have the confidence when I stand to that door to jump. But this is where I need to trust God. Now, God, I'm trusting you with my life. I'm putting my life in your hand, and I need you to protect me. But you got to have the confidence to jump. Just like God told Joshua. And this is not the message. I'm just talking right now. He told Joshua, he said, Joshua, be strong and courageous. The only thing you need to know, I'm going to be. You got to go in and run folks out so you can possess this land. And he's told Joshua, everywhere your feet tread, he said, I'm going to give you the land. I'm going to give you strong and courageous. In other words, he was building up confidence in Joshua so Joshua can take the people and possess. You got to have that confidence in yourself. You got to know how to be able to go to the next level. And the reason why some of us not doing anything, because we're still waiting on God to do it for us. God, give me a job. Give me a wife. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit more, about the husband-wife thing. But let me just give you just a tidbit of something. Women that are looking for husbands, you can't go out there looking like anything and everything and who did it and what for. And men that are looking for wives, you can't go out there acting like you ain't got a cent and you need to be making more than a cent on a job. You got to have some good sense. You got to know how to take care of a woman. And a woman is not looking for no Ogie from Muskogee. She's looking for somebody who can be right there and help her and assist her, take care of her. Don't be the tail, be the follower, be the leader, not the follower. That's what that woman's looking for. She's looking for somebody who's gonna be there, who don't mind taking charge, who don't mind taking all that responsibility of her. And at the same time, women, now listen, you got to be a woman too. You got to be a real woman. And if you're looking for that man, fix yourself up. I'm not saying go out there and just, and look like you just came out of a strip joint, anything like that. I know some of y'all probably still got poles in the middle of your house right now, but that's all right. We won't go there because I haven't been to none of your houses. Some of y'all go ahead and take them down before we come over. That's a good thing. But anyway, I won't do that. But see, let me tell y'all how Brandon got his wife. He had a strip pole in the middle of his house. And then she walked over there one day and said, woo! Let's get married. She proposed to him. You know that boy bad. I'm just messing with y'all, Christian, Josh. Brandon. I'm just messing with you. But anyway, here's my point. Don't wait for God to do everything for you. God said, I have given you everything that pertains to life and godliness. So what are you waiting on? I'm waiting on God to lead me. I'm waiting on God to guide me. What you need to do is get off your seat or do nothing and do something. If God don't give me this job, if God don't do that, I got to wait till God lead me. And you still sitting down and haven't moved. You got to get up. He told the disciples, go ye therefore. So they had to go. But he said before to preach any gospel, wait till I send the Holy Ghost. So you can be endued with power from on high. And people, you got to learn how to have this confidence. You got to learn how to go to the confidence level. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go to that confidence level. And this year, this should be the year where you should come out that comfort zone and begin to do something that you've never done before. And don't worry about all the naysayers and what this one here say, this can't be done. This never been done. Oh, you can't do that. You need to shut them down. And you need to find people who have the same like mind like yourself and hang around them. Because, see, trust me, billionaires just don't hang around poor folks. Billionaires can help poor folks, but billionaires hang around other billionaires. Millionaires hang around other millionaires so that way they can stay in that same frame of mind, but yet they learn how to help people. Let me put it to you like this. An eagle will not walk on the ground and peck like a chicken. So you either be a flying eagle who builds its nest up high in the clefts of the rocks And then the eagle, what it does, it flies and the eagle has very keen eyes. And what it does, when it's time for it to go hunt, it swoops down and grabs its prey with its talons, locks in, and you know what the eagle does? The eagle eats live food. Where a chicken, only thing doing pecking. Glass, rocks, sand, anything, nails, toenails, anything, grass, anything. How do I know that? I lived on the farm. And when we used to catch them chickens, and we used to take and wring their necks and pop it. Y'all never caught chicken for? Where y'all been? I'm a country boy. I'm country. They do that in Montgomery, Alabama. Don't they do that in Montgomery? About 30 miles down, okay. Tuscaloosa, Birmingham. But anyway, then grandpa and grandma, they would have some hot boiling water. And in one of those big old cast iron. To drop that chicken in that hot boiling water, let it sit in there for a little bit, take that chicken out and start plucking all those feathers off it. And the next thing you know, they cut their head off, and then they start cutting that chicken open. And what they pull out is the gizzard. You know what the gizzard is? That's the chicken's stomach. And I watched them cut the gizzard open, and in that gizzard, it had rocks, glass. I'm talking about everything. Because the chicken was just pecking what was on the ground. But the eagle, when it flies, when it soars, it goes down, and it grabs food, whether it's a snake, rabbit, or a squirrel, anything with its talons, and grabs it and takes it back and eat it live and give it to her little eaglets. So you either be like an eagle, soar, and take your talons and let it lock on until this live word. And you go back to your nest with your little eaglets, and you sit down and you feed them the live word. You can give them live word, or you can just sit around and say, all right, little bitties, y'all just follow me. Just do what I do. Peck, 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 peck. And the chicken never flies. I don't care how many times you throw it up in the air. We used to do that all the time. Since you ever did that, take the chicken, throw it up in the air, see if it can fly. I used to do that. It falls right back on the ground. A chicken doesn't fly, but eagles do. They do. The Bible said, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They'll mount up with wings as eagles. They'll run and not be weary, and they'll walk and not faint. Is that Isaiah 30? That's Isaiah 31, 30, something like that. 40 and 31. See, you either be an eagle or a chicken. But what we got to learn how to do is move to the confidence level. You need to get to a point in life where you say, you know what, I'm going to do something that no one else haven't done. Or I'm going to do something that I always want to do, but I just didn't have the confidence to do it. But now I got the confidence to do this thing. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to be just like Nike and just do it. Don't wait for everybody's approval, because everybody's not going to endorse you. They're not going to approve you. They're not going to, matter of fact, what some of them try to do, they will try to discourage you. Girl, you can't do that. You won't be able to do this. You ain't going to buy a home. You won't get that job. You won't get that house. You won't get that car. Girl, they don't know it's your connection that you have with the Lord. See, they don't know that. They don't know that you've been sowing. They don't know that you are a sower. They don't know that you've been praying and you've been fasting. You've been seeking God. Now it's time for you to step into that confidence level. I'm going to do something. I don't care who believes that I can do this, but I'm going to do it. You got to be able to step out. And then when you do, you'll find yourself growing up. But see, in order for you to go up, you got to grow up. You just can't send a child to college and the child is only 5 years old. But what the deep, holy religious and spiritual say now, if God wanted that child, God can do anything he wants to. So please, that's why a lot of our growth have been stunted, because we're waiting on God to do everything, wherein God said, I've given you the ability. Remember the talents. He gave 1 5, 1 2, and 1 1. The one that had 5 had the ability to go out and produce 5 more. The one that had 2 had the ability to go out and produce 2 more. The one that had 1, you know what he did with it? He buried it in the ground and hid the talent, kept it right there until the master came back. And so when they had to give account of their stewardship, the one that had 5 gained 5 more. The one that had 2 gained 2 more. The one that had 1 made an excuse. Well, I know that you are a hard man, you're an austere man, and you reap where you don't sow. So what I did, I kept your talent, and here it is. That person didn't do anything. You know what God called him? Called him wicked. Because he said, you should have, not me, but you should have at least taken my money and put it in the bank so I can draw the interest from it. He said, take my talent from that wicked man, give it to the one that got 5 talents, because I know he's going to do something with it. And see, that's what we're waiting on. We are waiting on God to do something wherein he said, I already given it to you. What you can do. All you got to do is go out and do it. So what are you waiting on? I haven't even gotten to my message yet, but I believe this is what y'all need to hear. Now watch this. That person that had that 1 talent, see, he couldn't go up because he wasn't grown. He wasn't growing. But the one that had the 2, he was able to get 2 more. The one that had 5 was able to get 5 more. But the one that had 5 had gotten another one. See, the Bible said, if you be faithful over that which is little, he said, I'll make you ruler over many. But this is what we've been praying. And now I'm going to help somebody if you listen to me. We're trying to believe God for the millions and the billions, wherein you can't even really believe him for the 100, for the $50 and the $100. It's like this. Let me put it to you like this. You asking God for $1 million house, but you're not even asking him or even having the faith to make the monthly mortgage. Wow. Do you hear me? We want the big things, but we can't even trust God in the little thing. You got to start off small and work your way up. Now, if God so desired to catapult you to greater levels, that's on him. That because he already knows what's in you. Everybody is not a Solomon. There is only one Solomon. Solomon, what do you want me to do for you? Look what Solomon prayed. God, I need a heart so I'll be able to go to and fro among the people, that I may be able to judge these people. The people are too great. It's too many. And the Lord told Solomon, not only I'm going to give you that, what you asked for, I'm going to give you something that you didn't ask for. I'm going to give you riches and glory, all the fame, because he only asked for wisdom. Now, that doesn't mean just because you go back and ask God for wisdom, he's going to give you the riches that he gave Solomon. The Bible tells us in James, I think 1 and 5, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, who giveth to all men liberty and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. And let him ask in faith, nothing waver. For he that wavers is like the waves of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. And let not that man think he shall receive anything from the Lord, because a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You wishy-washy. Wow. Always vacillating, going from here to there, left to right. You don't know how to stay focused on your purpose. But what we want to do, we want God to do everything. It's just like Cora set up and played the drum. She